all the 6 diagrams. Is okay? I want to repeat. Can you give me by next Wednesday? You give me the lab reports, then I can grade, then I give you the exam tool you can work on. How does that sound?
That's good.
Is it fair trade? I'm asking, if you don't say anything, then I will say it's okay.
I think it's good.
It's okay, right?
Yeah.
By Wednesday morning, before the class starts, email me the lab reports. And also, regarding lab reports, you need to email me, okay? Email me, and also we have the naming convention, and your name, the submitter. The submitter's name should be as part of the name of your file name, okay? I told you guys, right? For example, Jessica submits a report on behalf of her team, and the name should be Jessica. What's your last name?
Rutherford.
Yeah, Rutherford underscore Jessica team 2, right? Team 2 PLC lab 3. Okay. Then at the same time, when you emailed me, you need to copy all your team members. Make sure all of us on the same page. So this is our convention. I want you guys to follow this, to make our the life easier. So okay, so lab report will be due next Wednesday before the start class starts, and then I will publish the exam 2. The exam 2 will be due on Friday noon, more than 48 hours on Friday noon. If you need more time, you need to let me know, okay? And also after that, if you think the redo, you want to redo, and we talk also on next Friday. So without further ado, I'm going to move on to next topic, and this is the industrial robot. And so here is industrial robot. We are going to talk about this is robot. This R means robot, H means horizontal, and we have horizontal. Definitely, we have vertical. We have 2 different kinds of the robot systems. And so this RH is the newest one, and we are using. And we have RV. The RV is in my later lab. If you are interested in this RV series, you can come to my later lab and to take a look. So we focus on RH. So objectives, and we want to know RH-6SDH3520 robot system, and we want to get familiar with the teacher patent. And teacher patent, what is the teacher patent? I'm going to show you guys. So because the industrial robot, it is a robot. Robot is robot. It is not a human. This guy, you need to teach this guy and all these things. So teacher patent is a tool that you can teach the positions, and this is for teach this is robots the positions that you define. Right? So we want to get familiar with the industrial arm, this robot arm. Industrial robot is the same thing, and also the controller. So this is controlled by a microcontroller, and we learn this is the jog operations. And you guys know jog, right? Jog means for us means walking, right? Right? Okay, here is jog means and how you just operate, make this is the robot move, and just like human the jogging is a jog. So here is as I said, we have RH and RV. So here is the RV. I talk about this RV series first. This is RV, and I have this. I have 4 robots, RV robots, in my laser PM lab, because I wanted to use these 2 guys to control 2 laser beams, and this laser beam can hit the workpiece. Then I can just the machine. This is workpiece. Right? So this is what I wanted to do. The R robot, V means vertical, and the first 4 means the 4 kilogram, the payload. Payload means that And so this is the maximum. This is the maximum mass, the weight of the workpiece that this guy can handle without slipping. Okay, so this can securely grab, and so this one. So A means A series, and there's a J, and J means this guy has 5 axes. It's have 5 axes. How many axes? What is axis? And just like you can just think our human being. Our human being actually in that robot is mimicking our arm. Right? So you can see how many axes we have. We have the width axis, right? The width, I can just move my body along this axis. So this is my joint and the width joint. Then I shoulder joint. Shoulder I have this is another this axis in one direction. Then I have elbow. Okay, elbow, and then I have wrist. And finally I have these fingers. But in that robot is just mimicking our human body. This cannot perfectly the same. So this guy has on 5 axes. On 5 axes means that this guy has width axis, shoulder, elbow, and wrist. What? So this is the wrist. So 5 the arm, the basic arm models on the 5 axes. We have these different models, 6 axes, and we have more models. The more axes that you have, the more expensive and these industrial robots will be. So this is a Mitsubishi robots. The Japan is leading these industrial robots in the past 20 years. And the controller model, this is CR1, CR2, and also this is 3. This is control model. And this is CR here in this context. The CR here does not mean the control relay. Okay, so CR here means the controller. Can you write down, guys? This CR in this context does not mean control relay, and in the PLC context, it means control relay. CR here means that is what kind of controller this guy is, microcontroller. So any question regarding this slide? You can see why this guy is called vertical. You can see the arms can go vertically. Okay, this guy can raise the arm vertically. So this is the RV. Any questions regarding this slide? No question. And then we, I'm sorry guys, and you need to stretch your neck and to tilt your head to look. I'm sorry. Okay, this one is available online already. You can just pull it out on your computer. So list of structural equipment of robot. I'll just talk this one very briefly. So this is the overall picture. So this is some connection. This is the machine cable. This is some connection. So this is a hand, okay? And so this hand is also called end effector. So this hand is also called end effector. So this is some hand. So this is the pneumatic hand, and ours is a pneumatic hand. So this hand is motorized hand. And so we have other, this is the cables. So you can just take a look after the class. So here's a controller, and we have a controller here. So this is a controller. And so here is a teach patent for the RV series. And we have this RV series, and this is a teach patent. You can teach patent, you can just use your left hand to hold it, and then use your right fingers to just press the corresponding buttons and you want to accomplish something. So here is within this is a controller. We have a board here, and we also have a pneumatic, and this is a pneumatic. This is a parallel. This is for series IO series, external IO series. You can just connect the industrial robots with a PLC. And so here is the expansion option box. Okay, if you want to have multiple controllers, and you can do that, you can just extend your industrial robot by inserting several different microcontrollers. And this is a series, and for this is the I/F. So this is a link, and so this is internet. This is the additional access, and if you want to upgrade your industrial robots, you can just have this is the additional access. This is for using this card. And so here is the personal computer. Okay, so you connect. This is the industrial robot with your computer. So this is a personal computer. And so here is a personal computer support software. So this is not necessarily it's not necessarily available now because the technology have been evolving all the time. So we have much more sophisticated. This is the excuse me, the softwares. And so just think about this one. Excuse me. For the PLC, and we have PLC unit, and we have a personal computer. On the personal computer, and we write a diagram, ladder diagram, right? Then we download the ladder diagram from our PLC, from our personal computer, and to the PLC. Then we run it. Okay, this is what we have done. And then conversely, and we can upload the programs from the PLC to the personal computer for modification or for expansion, to do whatever you want. So the same thing here. And so for industrial robots, it's also always connected to a personal computer. Okay, I hope you understand this one. The industrial robots, they are always connected to a personal computer. The operators always work on a personal computer for programming. After you finish programming, and you just download this program from your personal computer and to the industrial robots, and then you run it. The same thing, and you can just upload the programs from the industrial robots to your personal computer for modification, for expansion, or other purposes. Okay? You understand, guys? Because it is much easier for people, for humans, and to change these programs on personal computer instead of this is a microcontroller directly. Many years ago, 30 years ago, when I was a student, and the personal computer they were so expensive that we just do these kind of things and on this microcontroller directory, which is very, very tedious and also time consuming. But sometimes it is very easy for us to make errors. Okay? So two parts, personal computer, and you work on the personal computer for programming, and then the industrial robots and for to implement your program. Any questions regarding this slide? No question? And then we talk about this controller, RV controller. I will give you all this manual, this electronic manual, this weekend. Right? So this is I'm going to post all these the manuals on the cameras, so you will have access to this one. So this is give you one example: CR2 532, CR1 571. So here the CPU, and we have memory capacity, programming language, Alpha Basic 4, so I/O, and we have 16-bit I/O or 32-bit I/O, and interface, and we use RS-232. RS-232 is a very, very reliable one, and it has been used for many, many years. Any questions, guys? So program language, we know for PLC, the program language is 5,000, right? So for this is industrial robots, the program language is Alpha Basic 4 or 5. Can you write down, guys? Maybe you can, after this class, you can read this one on your resume. I can readily operate this is Mitsubishi industrial robots using Alpha Basic 4 or 5. What? So this is you can showcase on your resume. Alpha Basic. You need to memorize this one. Otherwise, when you get an interview, the interviewer asks you, "Hey, what kind of language you use for your industrial verbs?" You don't know, and you said, "I need to check my lecture notes." That's not good, right? Just tell them Malfor basic 4. Okay, so this is the function of controller front operator. Okay, so this is so you can see here. This is status. Okay, so this status just show and what is going on there. And servo on and servo off. I want you guys to write down, guys. And before you implement your program, and you have got to turn on the servo. Right? Write down, guys. So based on my prior teaching experience, and some students just download everything, just tell me, Donna, it doesn't work. And then I just check, and the servo is not turned on. If you do not turn on the servo, and the arm, the joist cannot move. Turn on the servo. So this is a start. You can press start, and you can stop if there's some. If you think this program is not operating as expected, so you just stop. Okay. You can reset, or you can just end. So this is remove. This is a teaching pattern. So you can here they connected to the teaching pattern. You can just remove it or can just use it. Here is the emergency stop. For this, all this is the mechanical, electrical circuits, and we usually have emergency stop. Just say if something that happens, and we just stop everything. And so here is a mode. And for this controller, okay, because different models they have different modes. For here we have teach mode, and teach mode means that you are using the teach pattern to teach something. And we have auto from this is from computer. This OP is from the operator from the computer. So this is AOTO. So this auto is from you just have nothing to do with the PC, nothing to do with operator. You can just run it, and we have this is 3 modes. So this is for the RV, and for our as I said, for different models, we have different. This is the modes here. So here is the start button and stop button, reset button, emergency button, TV connection switch, and display changeover switch, and the button. And you just take a look, and I just elaborate each of them. And so also serve on button, serve off button, status number changeover switch, and up and down repeat, and up and down. You can just screw up or down the details display on the display panel, and valid for program numbers, override, and error numbers. So this is for this one, and up and down. So here, so this one is a photo. Is not a schematic representation. So here is emergency, okay? And so here is the status number, and status number for here, I believe this one is for the program 1. So this is for auto external. And so here, I'm sorry, here is a teach pattern here. And so this is remove TB. So here is a power. So here is RS-232. So this emergency button. And so here is a teach pattern, and then we talk about the teach pattern. And teach pattern is very useful, especially for the beginners. And so on the teach pattern, and we also have this emergency stop. You can see emergency stop. You can just click it and stop everything. And also this is disable and enable. Disable enable means that you want to enable the teach pattern mode or disable it. Okay? If you are using the teach pattern mode here, so here you must turn this key to this enable position. Otherwise, you will hear the beeping. And I believe we will hear a lot of beeping noise when we operate this machine. at the very beginning. Beeping means malfunctioning. Can you write down, guys? Supposedly, if you do everything right, and your machine should not beep. If your machine beeps, that means you have done something wrong. You need to check. Okay, beeping means malfunctioning. So this is a Mitsubishi. So here is a lot of keys here. I will not talk about all these things in detail, and I believe the hands-on experience will have more make more sense. So you can just see this is very intuitive and also self-explanatory. So you can see minus X plus X. If you click these two keys, and so the industrial robot, the hand will move in either minus X direction or this positive X direction. All right. So the hand will move, and we have coordinates first. The hands will move on the X direction, Y direction, or Z direction. Z direction is a vertical. You can see minus Y plus Y minus Z plus Z. And so here is the J4, right? So also, and here is this within these parentheses, and we also have J1 and J2. And what is the J1 and J2? J here means joint. Can you write down, guys? J here means joint. And J1 means the waist joint, just like my waist. And we do this way, okay? And waist joint. And J2 is the shoulder. And J3 is elbow. And J4 is the wrist. J4 is the wrist. It depending upon how many axes you have. And you can see these keys, they are self-explanatory. So here you can see you can turn servo on, right? You always turn servo on before you want to move anything. And then you can click move, and then you can click either minus X, positive X, minus Y, positive Y, and so on and so forth. You can do a lot of things. Another thing, this is the front, and for the back, and here is a dead man lock. Hi guys, let me ask you guys, do you know what is a dead man lock? Ready? What's a dead man lock?
If you remove like whatever pressure or contact you're putting on it, it auto shuts off.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the dead man lock means that if you hand, and usually I use my because I'm right-handed, I use my left hand to hold this one. And so here, my left hand, my fingers, press this dead man lock. Okay. So whenever there's something you feel something going wrong, and you just release this dead man lock. If you release dead man lock, so this is a teach pattern is disabled. You cannot operate it. It means that if you want to control the industrial robot, you must keep pressing this dead man lock. You understand? You need to keep pressing it if you want it to work. Or if something wrong, you want to stop it, you just release it. This is called dead man lock. Also, and how to operate this dead man lock is also kind of tricky, based on my teaching experience. Some students, they cannot handle this one correctly, right? So at that time, I joked, and so this my industrial robots, they did not recognize you, so they will not follow the instructions. Okay, and this is just a joke. But actually, if you handle this dead man lock correctly, and they will follow your instruction. Any question regarding this slide? So here is the details of each of these buttons, and I want you guys to take a look. And however, I still believe, and having hands-on experience is the best way to learn these kind of things. Okay. And so here's a lot of this is the details. So here's a teach pattern. So this is a teach pattern. This is the intuitive one. This is a photo I took. So here's a key. And so this key, using this key, you can change the mode, either disable or enable. And so here is the emergency button, and here is the buttons, and we just talk about. And the teach pattern familiarization. So you need to the menu screen, the title screen, and you can see teach on the file, maintenance, setting. Is a set means setting, is monitor, and you can want to monitor something, run, and you can run. And this is the program from the teach pattern. And so here is the different keys, okay? Different keys, they have different, this is the menu. So for example, this teach here, you need to select a program, and you are writing this program, okay? You can see 10 move and to P1. Also, guys, and I hope whenever I write teach something, if this is new and you need to pay attention to. Right? So this 10 move P1 means that 10 is a line number, and move means operation, and P1 is where you want to move the hand. Right? So this is the destination of the hand you want to specify. And then after you enter this one, then you need to teach the position of P1 and teach the position, because as I said, industrial robots do not know the position. And even though this guy has a coordinate system, but if you want to say P1, P2, point 1, point 2, and you must teach this guy what is P1. That means P1's coordinates, P2's coordinates, and you need to specify all the coordinates of this is the points you have specified. And for the second one is run. And run, you can turn a servo, turn on the servo and check. You can check, okay? And before you run, you can check it. And servo, and you can turn on servo off. And you can check all these is the lines, and you just written to see if there's something wrong or not. And the third one is the file. And file, you can see directory, and you can see the list of the file, and you can copy the file, and you can even rename the file, and finally, if there's a need, you can even delete unneeded files. Okay, so this is a directory. You can see 1, 2, 3 the programs, and also the dates, and the date, and this program was created, and copy, and from one location to another location, and rename, and use this current name, and this is a new name, and delete, and you need to specify on which file you delete the which one. Delete program 1 or program 2 and program 3. So for fourth one, monitoring. Monitoring input, output, variable, error, register. And you can do a lot of these good things. Maintenance, and don't do this guy. Don't do this one, okay? The maintenance can only be carried out by me and by Frank. You are not supposed to touch anything about this maintenance. You understand, guys? If you change the setting, we need to spend time to fix the user. Don't do that. Maintenance, don't do. The setting, this is a setting you can change the clock, and can change the clock. So this is pretty much for the teach pattern. I want you guys to have the hands-on. This is experience. So here is a open hand and a closing hand. So you can just open a hand. I want to write down. Okay, so this is a very small techniques, but I want you to learn when I teach you. Otherwise, you need to come back and to review these materials to learn. And that means you are using double times. So how to open the hand? And for our case, we only have one hand. Right? We only have one hand. But for highly sophisticated industrial robots, and they might have multiple hands. But for our case, we only have hand one. Okay, so open hand, closed hand, and you must specify the hand number. And for our case, open 1 and close 1. You need to specify on this one. Write down it. H open. Okay, it should be H open. H open, H close. So manually, how can you close your hand? And here is a hand, okay? Here is a hand. And then if you click a hand, this is a key, and this is a positive 0, that is opening. Write down. I want to write down. I want you guys to write down. What? If you click the hand and the positive 0 simultaneously, the hand close. Hand is open. If you click the hand and press the minus 0 simultaneously, and you close the hand. So these two commands, H open 1, H close 1. So this is for programs. When you program, and you need to use these two statements to either open hand and close hand. However, manually, when you use the teach pattern, and you need to click hand and positive 0 and to open the hand. Okay, we only have one hand, and click hand and this is minus 0 to close the hand. So this is a small technique that needs to be memorized. So I'm sorry, guys. This is not this is a 0. This is a C. Okay, I'm sorry. This is a C, positive C and negative C. Questions so far? So here is the RV robots. Then we talk about this is the RH robot. So this is very similar, but this one looks better, looks new. Yeah, because this is almost 15 years newer than the previous one. It looks like more elegant. All these things and they are very similar. Okay, they are very similar. Here is the deadman lock. So here is the turn on, and this is the function. So you need to turn on this one, right? And so this is the emergency button here. And so here is the function F1, F2, F3, F4, and they are function keys. You can just take a look. Whenever you have this teach pattern in your hands, and you can just explore a little bit to see how each key works. So this is all these things, and they are very similar to the previous teach pattern I just introduced. So here new teach pattern, and so here is a lot of things, and you just take a look. And what I want you guys to know is that we will work on the jog. Okay, jog means walking. The jog here, jog servo, turn on the servo, and jog key, and this hand key, and the CHAR is character key. Character key. Can you write down as CHAR means character, letters, numbers. And you can reset, and you can clear key and erase the one character on the cursor position if you want to erase it and rewrite. Number and character key, erase one character on the cursor position, input the number or character. Questions regarding this new teach pattern? Okay. And then we look at this is the name of each part of the robot. So here is the robot base, and this robot is fixed, is mounted on a table. Yeah, I think most of you guys you have seen our industrial robots, even though maybe you do not pay attention to these industrial robots, but you can see this one. Okay, so here is this robot base. Robot base is mounted on the table. So so here is J1. Okay, J1. I just said J1 is just like our waist joint. So we just move our body along our waist axis this way. So J1 and J2 here, and J2 just as our this elbow, and J3 here, and it is going down. Okay, and going down. This is this bar going down. This is J3. And J4 is that we can rotate our hand along this z-axis. So for this one, we have 4 axes. And also, this guy is called horizontal. You can see it is different. And when this guy is expanded fully, this guy can only move in addition to this one. Okay, so this one, they only move in horizontal direction. But luckily, we have this guy, and so this one can go up and down, and to just move in the z direction. So questions so far? So this is also Mitsubishi robots. So you can see we have brake release switch, and don't do anything for this one. So this is the job, the duty of myself and Frank Coffee. It's not your duty. Okay? You don't touch this one. Don't touch this. So here, this is J1. So this is a RH robot. So horizontal. This is vertical. You can see the J1. We call the base waist, and this is shoulder. J2 is the shoulder, and J3 is called elbow, and J4 means this is the J4. This is elbow block. This is elbow block. J4. This is forearm here, and the J5 and J6. So this guy has a 6 axis. So we do not have 6 axis. Our vertical one only have 5 axis. So there are several the concepts here. The joints. We know joints, right? So we know joints, and for our body we have waist joint, and we have shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, and also finger joints. Here, the same thing. The joints and all mechanical arms are joined by links held together by joints. So this is very, very similar to what we just talked about the joints in our body. So a joint is a rotational or translational degree of freedom in a manipulate system. So do you guys know what is the degree of freedom? How we define degree of freedom? Huh? So let me tell a point. Ask a question. If we have a generic point here, can somebody tell me how many degrees of freedom this guy has?
For a single point?
Yeah, for any generic point.
Most of it would be 1 or 0.
6, right?
Oh, 6?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that means this guy can move in the x direction, y direction, z direction, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, this can rotate about x axis, y axis, and also z axis. So these are called degrees of freedom. You understand, guys? Okay. So degrees of freedom means that so here is in one direction. This direction can be translational, can be rotational, and you can move. Okay. If for any reason, and so in one direction, either rotational or translational, it is restricted. That means you just lose 1 degree of freedom. So links just are the long straight parts that make up the arm. The joints connect the 2 links to each other to provide arm movement. And for example, so this is my forearm. My forearm is a link. So this is my wrist joint. This is my elbow joint. Right? So my upper arm is also a link. So this guy links my joint, elbow joint, and shoulder joint. Also, my torso links my shoulder joint and my waist joint. If you just compare so all these concepts with the concepts we are familiar with for our human bodies, and it is much easier for us to memorize. So then we call about axis, the plural form axis. The robot arm move around a joint called axis. For example, so this if I move along my waist joint, so this is my axis, right? This axis. And since the robot is made of multiple joints, then there are multiple axes. Our axis is a traveled path in space, usually referred to as a linear direction of travel in any 3 dimensions, are known as x, y, and z axis. How you move along this one translational, or along this guy rotational. That is called axis. So the degrees of freedom. So what I just told you guys, degrees of freedom. Questions regarding this slide? So if some people ask you guys, how many degrees of freedom we have for a single generic point in the space? Just tell them 6, right? 6. 3 translational and 3 rotational. Don't tell them I don't know, right? If you tell them I don't know too many times in the interview will be over very quickly. So here jog mode. Let me finish this one, okay? Because this is a jog, and jog is a basic movement of any industrial verbs. So the jog mode, we have several modes, 6 modes here. So this is, my God, 7 modes. And so this is jog mode and joint jog, right? You have joint jog. Joint jog means that you want to move the arm along some joint. So this is joint arm. For example, I want to move my body along my waist this way, or my shoulder this way, or elbow this way, wrist this way. That is one, this joint mode. And XYZ mode. XYZ mode means that I don't care how my joints move. What I care is how my hand moves. You understand? I want my hand to move in X direction. I want my hand to move in the Y direction or in the Z direction. So this is XYZ mode. The two jog. This two jog accurately sets the teaching position, moves axis straight along the hand direction. Okay, so that is very special. And change the posture while maintaining the hand position, rotates the hand while maintaining the hand position. The two joint means that this guy is only move along your hand. So this is a 3 axis XYZ jog. When the axis cannot be moved with XYZ jog that maintains the posture, when the tape is to be moved linearly, but the posture is to be changed. So this is the 3 axis and XYZ joint. Cylinder, the jog, moving a cylindrical shape along the Z-axis while maintaining the posture, moving linearly in a radial shape centering on the Z-axis while maintaining the posture. This is a cylinder, a joint. This is very easy to understand. The work jog accurately sets the teaching position, move the axis straight along the coordinate system. And work jog, this is external T jog mode. And so I'm going to stop here now. And so we this next Monday we are going to continue our talk about these different jog modes.
Jog mode's like movement mode.
Yeah, movement.
Like when you set to return jog mode, you can only move in that specific manner.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. This is how we move our hand.
Yeah,
This is how we move our
so
hand.
it's like when you set it on the cylinder jog mode, you're basically saying like don't move everything except the
Yes, you're right. Yeah. So all these jog mode you can select.
Yeah.
You select this jog mode first, then you operate. Okay, and I hope you have a wonderful November 1st.
Do what, yeah, times out of